So if you are someone who is looking to buy a property in either Noida, Greater Noida or Yamuna Expressway, then you have to keep certain things in mind. First of all, you have to ascertain where this property exactly belongs. First point is that if your property belongs to any authority, either it comes under the realm of Noida Authority or Greater Noida Authority or Yamuna Expressway Authority, then in that scenario, you have to understand that these properties are not freehold properties, these are leasehold properties. And the authority gives that property on a 90 years lease to some builder, and that builder constructs a property over that. Once this builder constructs a property over that, he'll take proper RERA approval and he'll comply with all RERA guidelines and he'll construct that property. Thereafter, he is mandated to take occupancy certificate and then completion certificate. Once completion certificate and occupancy certificate has been completed or obtained, and then he carries out a proper transaction, then that transaction will be basically concluded between three parties. One will be the authority, the second will be authority, which means that it can either be Yamuna Expressway Authority, Greater Noida Authority, or Noida Authority, depending upon in whose realm the property comes. And the second party will be the builder, and the third party will be the person who is purchasing the property. So this is a case where all occupation certificate and completion certificate has been obtained. But there might be a scenario where OC or CC has not been obtained and it is still under construction project. So in that scenario, you have to look for RERA number and you have to keep track as to what is the track of this builder, and is there any dispute on the property which has been given to him by Noida Authority, or is there any case which is there any case which has been filed for a delay project or any kind of dispute. So, and those disputes can be reflected in if we carry out a search with RERA Authority as well as consumer courts and other district courts, high courts and supreme courts. So that can be done. The second angle which comes up is you have to ascertain if there is any loan on that property or not, and that can be ascertained by carrying out a SERSAI search. You can visit SERSAI website and you can basically based upon the address of the property and names of the parties, you can definitely find out what kind of a problem is there, or is there any loan, or the property is free from any loan. So that being the property as far as the authorities are concerned. But there is one more thing which you have to keep in mind if you are a purchaser, that before selling a property, the seller has to obtain approval. That approval is known as transfer memorandums, in short called TM. So that needs to be obtained from the authority prior to selling that property. And in that case, once the approval is obtained, then the transaction gets concluded, and that construction, basically that transaction is known as transaction of sublease deed, and sublease deed gets executed. Further, once you are getting all these things done, ultimately the title of the property vests with you and your investments are at right place. So that being one thing. Second category of property is the properties belonging to the villages or nearby villages in Noida and Greater Noida. So in these properties, the problem is that the title of the property might be clear, but there is no sanction for construction of that project, or there is no approval for construction. So, and these projects are neither registered by RERA nor they comply with their guidelines. So in that scenario, you have to be careful while purchasing the property, and you have to ascertain whether the construction has been carried out with requisite approvals or not. If not, if it has not been constructed in view of any sanction plan, then there is a likelihood that in near future you can face the risk of demolition. That needs to be taken in mind whenever you are purchasing a property in Noida, Greater Noida or Yamuna Expressway area.